Hello friends and welcome to Gamereactor Live. Today is going to be a bit of an oddity because we have pre-recorded today's stream. We had some visitors from Logic Artists who were showing us their latest game, Clandestine, a stealth co-op spy game. Looks very interesting. We played for a couple of hours. They showed off all the modes and stuff that's in the early build of the game. It's available now on early access on Steam. So you can try it out and test it and then give them feedback on the community forums on Steam or on their own website. Now, I'm going to be here and in the chat because we have a bunch of codes to give out for the game. So join the chat and win some codes for the game. I think we're going to be giving them out in pairs. So you'll get 2 codes for the game, one for you and one for a friend. Hello, Indian Cobra, just joined in the chat. So yeah, as I said, this is a pre-recorded stream that we just wrapped up about half an hour ago, but we're going to give it to you here, live. So Clandestine. I've spent a couple of hours on this game and I think it has great potential, but as I said, it's still early, in early access. So check it out, see if you like what you see, and give it a go. But let's cut over to the feed and I will press play. Now. Hello and welcome to this slightly different version of Gamereactor Live since we're not live at all. This is pre-recorded, but we are joined here by a couple of developers from Logic Artists. We have Alex here, who is the user experience manager. Hello. And Jonas, who is the creative designer of Clandestine. Hello. Now, Clandestine is the second game from your studio before you did Expedition Conquistador, which was kickstarted, but you didn't go that route with Clandestine. Is there a reason behind that, or just you felt like you could bring a full-on game through a publisher without...
Yeah, I think mostly because we managed to actually secure all the funding this time.
That's always nice.
And I think the best thing about Kickstarter is really the community that you build around your game. And we obviously are using early access this time to try and achieve the same thing. Okay. Which means we don't feel like we need Kickstarter as much. Additionally, the budget for Clandestine is substantially higher, so it's a lot of money to ask for. We'd rather not.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Now, Clandestine is also a very different game from your previous game. This is like a co-op stealth tactical shooter. You could put it there, but it's not the focus on the shooting.
I think we'd say it's a stealth hacking game or a spy thriller, which is our preferred terminology for it.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see a lot of shooting today. But certainly one of the things we're trying to focus on in the game experience for players is to encourage stealth play, but also this cooperative, collaborative experience that the players are going to see today, where I think you're going to start off as a spy, right? Yep. And I'll play as the hacker, and then we'll swap roles so that they can see how asymmetrical the experience actually is.
Yeah, perfect. Speaking of which, let's just drop right into the game.
Great. Okay, so the way this basically works is you can enter your player name here and then just a game name of any sort. And once we finish creating the game process, you can click Create New Game.
Create New Game.
Once we finish the process, it'll come up on my screen in the co-op menu.
Ah, yes. And then you can just join.
Exactly, because the way we do it is the spy is the host of the game, and then the hacker will connect. That way, if your hacker ever sort of drops out of your game, you don't lose your progress. So, as the spy, you'll be it'll be your game that you're progressing through. And that way we sort of are trying to ensure that the players don't lose out when we have the full mission storyline and all that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah. Now here we have a tutorial that you are replacing, I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's constructed specifically for early access. Yes. We'll have it as part of the storyline eventually.
Yes. And then in the challenge mode we have 4 different missions. Mm-hmm. Or maps, rather?
Yeah, exactly. They kind of all offer something a little bit different as far as level design, as well. So, for example, on the construction site, it's a highly open level, and they're not, because it is a construction site. There's not a lot of doors or security doors and things like that, or not really any security doors, that sort of thing to crack through. So it's mostly about navigating such a slightly larger environment, an more open environment. Seidel Technic is a large corporate office, and as such, it has some large rooms and some small narrow hallways and passageways, that sort of thing. Helios Microcomputing is a much more compact level, and it's got 3 floors, sort of basement that's really tight and sort of, I guess, we try to induce a little bit of paranoia, and you'll see what I mean when we start playing regarding the camera coverage and stuff like that in the level. And then the Interpol office is kind of, it's a bit of a different step from these other 3 levels in that we have a basement, we have a ground floor, and we also have a very, very high sort of 4th floor area. So the player actually has to navigate like a long distance sort of vertically. So there's a high level of verticality in this game, in this particular level. So
okay.
Slightly different stuff.
Now, which one do you think we should jump in to begin with?
I think maybe starting off with Helios Microcomputing would be a fun way to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just click on it, there we go. And then we've got the 3 game types, right?
Yes.
So game type number 1, cleaner, is the game type where basically we have to go and clean out the level. So we can use either lethal or non-lethal tactics. You know, you can shoot people with our lethal ammo, or we also have a non-lethal round that you can use, but it only works if you hit people in the head, as well as we have non-lethal and lethal takedowns.
Yeah. So basically, take out all the security guards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The second one, exfil, is sort of the metaphorical your hand is caught in the cookie jar sort of scenario. Like we're in the middle of the level, and the enemies are all alerted that something is wrong, that somebody has infiltrated the space, and so they're sort of hectically moving around more aggressively, and we just need to sort of escape in those scenarios. And then the third scenario that we offer right now in early access is the smash and grab scenario, where as a team we need to get into the area, locate 3 specific pieces of mission critical intel, snag them, and then escape without being killed.
Okay.
And I think actually we should try that one out. It's got kind of the most of the cooperative mechanics that we have in setup so far. So it'll be, I think, a little bit more interesting for people to see that.
Yeah.
And then maybe Jonas, do you want to talk a little bit about the upcoming game types?
Sure. Survivor and Overwatch. Survivor will be your standard sort of wave survival gameplay where you start inside the level and then we spawn increasingly difficult waves of enemies. And yeah, obviously the goal is just to make it to the final wave and through that. Overwatch is a little more unique. I'm really looking forward to experimenting with that, where we'll give the hacker access to a remote-controlled sniper rifle, and then the spy will have to achieve some objectives without actually having the ability to take enemies out themselves. So you'll need to like lure guards over the windows and take them out and so on.
Okay.
Probably only be available in certain maps, which are used.
Yeah, that fits.
Suited for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting. Now, I like how you named the difficulty settings.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing we do.
Bond, Bourne, Hunt, and Leon.
Yeah. I mean, the logic is basically the more sort of hard a time the spy usually has, the harder it will be in the game. Obviously, Leon, spoiler alert, dies at the end, so that's why the hardest difficulty level is named after him.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just go with the default of medium. That's usually how we play here.
It's also the only one we've implemented right now.
Fitting. Yeah. And then the play styles.
Yeah, these are kind of a teaser as well. We haven't actually implemented them yet.
Okay.
But it's just about keeping track of how you play and then giving you a little checkbox if you complete the level in a certain style, just for your own sort of benefit.
Okay.
And then there might be a funding bonus attached to that eventually, depending on how the economy of the game works out.
Okay.
Ghost obviously means you have to not be spotted at all, or raise any alarms. Pacifist means you can't kill anyone. Incognito just means you completed the level in low profile mode. Okay. MacGyver means you completed the level when you started it without any gear and any equipment.
Okay, so you just use pickups.
Yeah, you pick up enemy weapons and or just do without, basically. Yeah. And Blitz means you just have to complete it within a time limit.
Okay, perfect. So let's start up the game. And here we are in the loadout menu.
Yeah.
Starting with the outfit. You have 2 selections here. You have low profile and covert ops. What's the...
Yeah, the difference is that enemies take a little longer to identify you as a target when you're in low profile, but you have no armor, and you have less slots for gear and equipment. So if you want to go in guns blazing, you'll be taking the covert ops outfit, but then you won't gain the benefit of that longer detection time, and also when there's a public space in the level, which we do have in 2 of the challenge maps, they will still attack you if they spot you, whereas if you're in low profile, they'll leave you alone until
you can kind of blend in with the crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I think I'll go with the low profile this time around.
It's also slightly hard mode in challenge maps because your advantages don't really outweigh the benefits that much, or the drawbacks that much. But sure.
Yeah, 3 weapon selections.
Do you want to talk about those?
No, you can go ahead.
Okay, sure. Yeah, actually, we just overhauled the way the weapon stats are displayed, but that version's going to come out today or tomorrow.
Okay.
So that'll be a little more clear. But basically, the PPK is a small and very easy to handle weapon. So it'll very quickly achieve maximum accuracy. But maximum accuracy for it isn't that great. It's not that accurate. Also, it deals very little damage because it's 22 caliber.
Yeah, you need to be closer to the enemy.
Yes, and you need to go for headshots or just unload. Basically your whole magazine. It also carries less ammo. It has 7 shots to the magazine.
Okay.
The SR1 is a high capacity weapon. It's sort of our all-round gun and the one you'll be starting with in the storyline. Has reasonable accuracy and sort of medium damage. It's a good all-round weapon. And the Mark 23 is a little bit overpowered at the moment. It's supposed to be the final weapon you unlock in the storyline, but we just give it to you for the challenge maps for early access just to play around with, so you can pick your weapon depending on how easy you want the game. It's very accurate. It handles reasonably well. It has a big recoil, but that's its only drawback. It deals a hell of a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, and also a large clip with 12 rounds.
Yes, pretty good ammo capacity.
Let's go for the SR1. And then we have the ammunition.
Yeah, ball is lethal and ring airfoil is non-lethal. But with ring airfoil you have to hit their head, otherwise they just get angry.
Okay, I think let's go for a non-lethal approach.
Yeah.
So we'll fill up with ring airfoil. Now we get to the gadgets and grenades.
Yeah, the Banshee is like our main character's signature gadget that she built herself. It's a radio noise burst transmitter that stuns all enemies in a certain radius by sending a loud burst of noise through their radio. Okay. So basically it's a panic button. If you get spotted, you can just quickly hit the Banshee and get out of trouble.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, sure, take one of those.
The pager is broken in this build that you're playing, but has been fixed, and the patch is going out, as mentioned, today or tomorrow. It's you throw it like a grenade, and then the hacker will call it through the hacking interface and lure enemies over. So it's our distraction device, but I wouldn't recommend going with it since it doesn't work right now.
Okay, and then we have the flashbang grenade.
And the frag grenades, both of which work mostly as you'd expect.
Yeah, so I'll load up with flashbangs.
Yeah, non-lethal, right? So part of the plan. Sounds good.
And then
launch.
We launch.
And so what you'll see is after you've loaded in, and I guess we won't see it on my screen, but you will see, I can now join the game, and you'll probably see me joining in once I load in. So what I thought maybe we could do is just go over some of the spy controls for the folks out there in internet land. WASD moves, right? Obviously the mouse you use to rotate the camera, and it will be also what you're going to use to aim. C to crouch, as you've done here, and C to not or to uncrouch. Now, when you're in walking mode or crouched mode, you provide the same amount of sound noise, right? Which is basically none. You're silent. So when we're stalking up on enemies, creeping behind them to do takedowns, you might want to do it in walk as opposed to crouch, just because it's a little bit faster.
Okay.
Then to run, you tap Shift, and that'll put you in a run mode. And if you want to sprint, you can hold Shift down, and you'll sprint with that. There you go. And running and sprinting provides a large and larger noise signature. So so use it obviously for escape and that sort of thing, but enemies will be alerted if you're running sort of up behind them. So it's a bit, you want to be careful with that as we're making our way through the level. Now gaining or entering and leaving cover is the control button. Tap control to enter and leave cover. And one thing that I want to show you, now you got her catcher right at the edge of the cover. As you can see, when you're at the edge, she does this little bit of a lean out.
Yep.
Now, if you equip the gun, which is if you press 1 exactly, you can sort of step out and aim and shoot by holding right trigger and left trigger to shoot, and you actually have to fire the gun. You have to aim with right mouse button and then shoot with left mouse button all the time, regardless of if you're in cover or not.
Yeah, there's no hip shooting.
Yeah.
Because it's not spy-like enough.
No.
Now, if you just tap Control, you'll exit cover. And to climb up on things, if you go up to them, you tap spacebar, yeah, and you'll mantle or climb things. And then we also have a vault for getting over rails or fences. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's most of it. Oh, we should probably equip some of those gadgets or grenades. So if you hit Tab, yeah, you'll get a wheel up here, and on the right side you can see you got your 3 slots. So we've got the Banshee equipped.
Yeah, and that's G for grenade to
exactly, yeah. So if it was a grenade that you would throw, you would hold G down, and we would see an aiming arc. But for the Banshee, because you don't throw it, you just sort of fire it off or trigger it. You just have to tap G, and it will go off. And then I guess I will start off here on the hacker side. Now, one of the things maybe it would be nice to show these guys is a couple of things that the hacker does.
Yeah.
One of them is I can tag enemies. So you see there, I've just tagged this particular guy, number 1.
Yeah.
Another thing that I can do is I can gain access to and control cameras in the level. So if you move up a little bit and look up and to the right, you can see there's a corner of the building up to your up there. Now, if we just kind of creep around the edge of the building here, so that the players can see, there's a camera up there, and I'm going to gain control of it. And I'll even point it down towards you.
If you unequip your gun, they won't spot you because you're in public space.
So press 1.
You don't have sound on the stream?
No, I did before.
Okay. Seems to be...
Press 1. Press 1. Okay, never mind.
There you go. I can hear a bit of sound actually. Like I heard you holster the gun in my ear.
Yeah. Seems to be... Let me just try to switch out the... Yeah.
You're disabling all the cameras while the stream is off.
How about now?
Just disabling a couple, so I can talk a bit more. Or you get that way. Maybe you
got sound?
All right, I'll enable it.
Perfect.
No, don't. That's fine. Don't.
So yes, now we have sound and everything is running.
Ah, wonderful.
So
okay.
Let's check out that camera.
So if you look up and just straight up along that corner there, you should see directly above you now. You can see this camera, and you'll see I'm rotating it, and I've got you in my view here. And so what I do, or one of the things that I can do as the hacker is I can move forward through the level and disable cameras. Another thing that I can do is I can gather other bits of information for you, like, for example, the key codes for doors, security doors.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that we'll have to do at some point in the level to be successful. And we're looking for pieces of intel in this level, and I'm just scanning here right now through the different tactical map areas, and I get the information of where those locations are as the hacker, and then I can direct you, the spy, to those places. So we've got one in the basement and two in the attic, or the upstairs, actually. It's not an attic. And this particular guy, yeah, I think you can probably take him out because he's not really
paying attention.
Well,
So
you're not
non-lethal,
right now.
so shoot key to
Yeah, just
take him out.
I think
Just tap
tap
it.
it. And if you want to do a lethal takedown, you just hold that left mouse button down. So, so be careful with that if we want to stay non-lethal. Okay, so now we've got a couple options here. As you can see, there's this front door right in front of you. Of course, going in through the front door can kind of be problematic sometimes, especially when there's enemies patrolling just inside. So at the back of the parking lot, there's also a loading bay. It looks like where there's a gate down, and you can go back there and probably crouch underneath the gate.
I saw an enemy in there.
Great. I will try to look ahead. Yep, I think I've got him spotted here. Number 2.
Okay, he's walking away, so I'm going in.
And then where we want to go actually right now is in the basement. So behind you there's some stairs I can see.
See if I can make this shot.
I wouldn't attempt that.
Okay. Oh, there is another camera in there. Okay, disabled. Great. So actually, number 2 is now making his way back towards us. So one thing you could do is if you take cover on the wall here,
At the corner
that he's approaching us from, yeah, just down there, which is with the control, then you can sort of slide yourself over to the edge. You might be able to do a corner takedown.
If he decides to come over there.
Or you could just shoot him with your non-lethal ammo if you feel like it. Ah, here he comes.
Ready to press fire.
And there we go, non-lethal takedown. Good job.
Yes.
Okay, so behind us there's a stairwell, right? Not this short one, but there's one right at the back of the room, actually.
It going down.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you go down there, I'm going to have a quick look inside the next room. Here we go. And I'm just panning the camera, trying to see if I can pick up an enemy in there. And there doesn't. Oh, here he is. He'll be here in a second. If I can get him sorted out. Okay, so just don't go in just yet. All right, go ahead and enter the room. And there's a piece of intel on the rail, or there's like a shelf or something like that. You should be able to see it. That's the one right there. Great. And we can see in the top left part of your window, of your screen, it says locate and secure intel, and we found 1 of 3 now. There's going to be other pieces of intel throughout the level that aren't part of our mission critical intel, but we just are looking for 2 more. Now, Jonas, maybe you could tell them a little bit about the randomization.
Sure. Yeah, we're trying to randomize as many things as we realistically can to provide better replayability, right? And also just to make sure that even if you're playing the game with a hacker who's played it before, if the spy has played it before, we have to randomize things to make sure the hacker is still relevant, so the spy doesn't just rush through the level and pick up all the things.
Knows where everything is.
Exactly. So we're randomizing, so far we're randomizing camera positions and intel pickup positions, and we'll also be randomizing guard positions and patrols, and possibly how many of them there are.
I think some of the guard patrols are slightly different already, aren't they?
Yes, a few of them are, but it'll be a bit more than that. And mostly it's because we haven't set up that much randomization in these levels. Sometimes you'll also encounter locked doors, and whether the doors are locked or not can also be randomized.
Okay.
Okay, so
and of course the door codes and stuff like that will be.
Yeah, all passwords and codes and so on.
Yeah.
Also randomized.
Yeah. So in this hallway that you can see in front of you, it has like a right-hand turn.
Yeah.
And around that corner I don't have vision, but I do have a camera sort of through the next door in that area. So
and there is an enemy right here in front.
Yeah, so he was in the empty space. So that's one of the things that we do to keep the players guessing and keep them on their toes, is that we don't give camera coverage to the entire level. So sometimes there are some blind spaces where you as the spy are.
Should be Vishu on your. Should be able to see him now. Yeah.
Yep, I see a guy right here. Okay, so here we go. Here he comes.
You can do that with a gun out, actually. You don't have to holster
okay.
it on. And we have special animations for it even.
Nice.
Good job. Okay, so that is our last. We actually got all the intel we need in this room, or in the basement. So the next place we need to go is actually all the way in the top floor. So there's a second guy here. and what we can do is we can actually just bypass this guy and backtrack if we want, because he's sort of still a bit oblivious and doing his own thing, and it'll probably be safer if we go back the other way. And while that's happening, there's actually a door for us to hack, which I'm going to get started on. Right, so at the top of these stairs, remember there's another little small stairwell up.
Yeah.
And up there there's a keypad, and I've just gotten a code for you to enter in there. It's 2474.
2474. Accept.
Great. So now in this area...
oh dear.
Oh, there's a guy. I was about to say that.
That's the problem with non-lethal ammo, is that if you do get out in a fight, it's very tricky to get those headshots. Yeah,
but it's noble.
It's
noble. It's noble.
You have the moral high ground,
yeah.
Even as you lie bleeding.
I mean, it turns the game into a PG game immediately when you go non-lethal, right? So.
Except for that blood spray you get when you get shot.
That's true.
And now we should be able to see some of that randomization.
Right, so some of the cameras are going to end up in different positions. This guy here, number 1, is still there. And I'm just trying to clear out the cameras in the parking lot before you go to take him out. Here we go, and you're clear.
And that's one thing that the hacker needs to do. It actually needs to deactivate the cameras, otherwise I'll be picked up on them as a threat, correct?
That's right. So basically the cameras are constantly sort of operating and panning back and forth, and if they catch something that they see out of the ordinary, which is essentially our spy character, Katja, it'll start scanning towards her, and then if it gets a decent sort of trace, it will be alarmed or alerted, and then it'll draw the AI or the enemy's guards to that area. All right, there we go. And so I guess we could try the same path as last time. I'm just going to have a quick look. So the intel in the basement has switched spaces, or moved around anyway. So we're going to have to actually go a little bit deeper this time, further into the basement to catch it. And here we go. Here is our number 2 guy again.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to work on the cameras in that region while you're thinking of how to take care of him. Oh, he has been alerted to something, probably the dead body. So he's going to start reacting pretty soon, I think.
There's someone behind you.
Yep, there's somebody over at the body.
Oh, good shot.
And then we have number 2 over here.
Oh dear.
Taking too long to aim.
Could have probably just crept up to the corner of the crate and done a corner takedown. Yeah. But it's always tricky.
Yeah, that's. I'll try to be more stealthy this time around. I'm too greedy.
You're getting excited. I understand. It's one of those things, you know, when you've done a level, when you've gone through a couple of sections of a level a couple of times, and you're like, okay, I know this. I'm gonna get going, right? I'm gonna just skip by this part or rush past this part.
And then an extra guard shows up out of nowhere.
Exactly. So that's one of the things. Also, you know, when you take a guy out, in this guy who we've tagged as number 1, if you take him out sort of close to the front doors of the level, those are glass doors, so the AI ends up actually spotting him through the doors, and then they can rush out to check on him, and of course that's how that extra guy showed up there. So it does also matter sort of where you take him out.
Is there an option to move the body, or?
Not yet. We'll have 2 ways of doing that. We'll have you picking up the body and carrying it off, and then we are going to have a local asset that the hacker can deploy to clean up bodies if you have no time to go back and pick them up yourself. That way, I mean, we haven't really talked about footprint yet. We'll get into that, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
But it removes the evidence as well, which has storyline implications.
Okay.
I mean, maybe while we're just sort of navigating this first part of the level that we've been through a few times, you could go over some of the footprint planning.
Yeah, so the idea is that everything you do in the game has some kind of evidence that it leaves behind. So if you want to be completely stealthy in storyline terms, you don't want to leave any what we call footprint behind. You need to not get spotted, not kill anyone, not fire any shots, and so on and so forth. And there's many different types of evidence you can leave behind. You can leave a dead body behind. That's one of the bigger ones. Surviving witness is by far the worst thing you can leave behind. So if someone sees you do something illegal, like trespassing or breaking a door or with your gun out, they become a witness. And then if you knock them out or just evade them, they will be a surviving witness at the end of the mission, and that's pretty bad for your footprint. So you'll have that kind of moral kind of dilemma of, should I leave this guy alive, which is bad for my footprint, or should I just take him out? Like, even though I've already knocked him out, perhaps, should I execute him, put a bullet in his brain, and then he can't, tattle on me.
Can't testify.
We also have bribing as well, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's totally unrelated to footprint, though. Other things that can leave footprint is stuff like just firing bullets, basically, because that leaves technical evidence behind, and different types of ammunition leaves behind different types of footprint. So if you use depleted uranium rounds, which are highly efficient, you'll also be leaving behind more evidence because they're easier to trace back to someone like you. Breaking glass, keypads, cameras, and so on and so forth leaves footprint behind, and so on and so forth. One of the things the hacker can do, which we may be able to show in this playthrough hopefully, is deploying local assets. So local assets are people that you hire ahead of the mission to help you out, and they will carry over from mission to mission and be, they'll level up the more you use them. And they do stuff like, they can be the go-between guy for bribing enemies, so that the enemies will ignore you if they see you, pretend you weren't there. And you can use them to spawn ammo and medkits, like dead drops.
You can try showing some of that stuff off as well.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, one of the things we talked about how the intel changes locations or has a randomization element of locations. The intel is now, the first one is just up the stairs, and through that door there's something in there. So the password is 10241024. And I've tagged this guard number 3, who's going to be probably the guy that took us out earlier, yeah. But he's still sort of one room away from you. Now he's coming towards us in this room for sure, so get ready. Yeah, now he's coming in the room.
What? He saw me anyway.
That's...
No, okay.
Or did he?
Doesn't seem quite right. Nope.
He actually is not alerted on my map.
I think you just about managed to escape.
So here we go. This is a good time for us to maybe take this guy out. So you can see Martin, who's my character, is saying that stuff there. The safe isn't on the network. Take a look around the room to see what you can find. So there should be an interactable object.
Yeah, and this number 3 guard, he's still walking away. So.
Yeah, he's fairly far away right now.
So we picked up the intel.
Let's see.
And the safe is
4204.
You can use backspace, I think.
Yeah. There we go. And actually there is a bug that we fixed in this upcoming build.
Yeah, which you just managed to find, which is you can pick up intel through the door of the safe. So you've already picked it up. But that is fixed now. So.
Excellent work. Now number 3 is making his way towards us, so we can just leave him. We don't even have to take him out.
Yeah,
we can
just
go
move
out
on.
the door and down the stairs. Yep. And I think we're gonna have to go in the basement next. Yep. Actually, then the next one is just in the next room when you get down the stairs, but I do have to maybe have a peek through. There is a camera in there, so I might want to have a look in there just before you go in. And here we go. Yep, there's a guy right here, number 3. He's making his way towards you. He is coming straight for you. Here we go.
Take down. Yes.
Good job.
Look both ways before you enter through doors.
Okay, so just in there on the shelf should be our next piece of intel.
Yep.
Good job. And we've only got one more to be successful, and it is on the top floor. So now what we can do is go back up those stairs.
Back up the stairs?
I'll try and guide you away. Now, do you remember that guy that I had marked that we left number 2?
Yeah.
I think maybe we'll have to deal with him now because...
Should we go up the stairs or through the corridor here?
I think maybe going back up through those stairs would be good. Yep, and the door should still be unlocked for you. And he is...
Ooh, a security guard has...
I think it's downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2 is
guy
alerted.
Hostile.
He's got something going on here. Okay, and there's a guy coming from the basement, watch out. He should be coming up those stairs here in a second. No, he's stalled in the basement actually.
I think he's investigating down there.
Yeah, he's investigating the body down there. He's just inside the room down there.
Number 1 is coming up here.
Yeah. So we're a little caught on both sides at this point, which is obviously dangerous. Here he comes.
Didn't
It's
pull up
always
the
this
gun
guy,
quick
huh?
enough.
All right. Game's hard. Here we go.
I'm considering just loading up on actual bullets.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine as well if you'd like to try it out with a little bit more of a lethal approach.
We'll try it one more time.
Okay. So I will speed through. There we go. 1.
Yeah, obviously the AI is one of the main areas we're working on right now. There's a lot of things it's supposed to be able to do that it can't currently do, and there's some things it can do that it shouldn't.
Don't mind me.
Yeah. Karate chop. Good job. We got number 2. There's a camera right at the top of the stairs this time. Here we go, I got it.
Just slowly walking towards his own doom.
That looks good. Buys Alex some time to get ahead of the game a little bit. Crack some keypads, disable some cameras.
Have a look for some additional enemies. Okay, so the first piece of intel is back up in that office where we can, where you grab the stuff through the safe, and the passcode for it right now is this time 4741. I've got number 3 tagged again for you, and he is walking down the stairs and away right now. So I think we can scoot in there and grab the intel. And then this time, actually, both of our additional pieces of intel are in the basement, so it looks like we won't have to beat number 3 this time. There we go. And so, if you want, just go back down the stairs and then down the stairs to the basement area. Ooh, somebody. Oh, seems okay. Okay, so I'm going to have a peek in the basement. There we go. And it seems like that first room is clear, and the intel is in its usual spot in that room. I'm going to check in the next hallway. Looks like the first side is clear. You can open the door. And then just look out when you get. So that was the door cracking.
Yeah, exactly. So the way that works is a little bit unexplained right now, and also because it ties into the footprint system, which isn't really used yet. Whoops. The way that works is that doors have a strength which is randomized and you're not told what it is. So if you want to be careful and not leave too much footprint, you start by giving it a little bit of a bump. And then maybe you're lucky and that opens it, but maybe you'll need to give it a slightly harder bump. And then finally you can give it a full bump if it still doesn't open. And if you give it a bump that is on the right level, you leave no footprint. But if you give it a bump that's too hard, it still opens, but it just leaves behind a little technical evidence because you broke the lock. So we're trying to keep that one simple because you'll be seeing it a lot. So having some kind of elaborate mini game is not really the way we want to go.
But there's also a sound level as well to it, right?
That's true. I mean, the harder bump you give it, the more sound it makes when it opens. But unless you try to open a door that is right next to some dude who's got his back turned, then that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, so our final piece of intel is through this hallway, and then the door at the end of the hall. There's another room.
Straight through.
Yeah, but as you saw, there was a guy that just went through the door to the right there.
Yeah.
So his patrol seems to be going upstairs a little bit and then coming back down. So I'm sure that he's going to make his way back down here. I'm going to try and see if I can get an eye on him so that I can tag him for us.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Here he comes. Okay, so I've got him now. You should be seeing him making his way down the stairs right now.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Oh, risky business.
All right, good job. Okay, so straight through that hall, and then through the next door. And then if you go straight to the back of the room, and then make a right when you get down there. The intel should be, right in this area here.
Yep.
Good stuff. Okay, so
we
now
just need to get the exfil location.
Yeah, so I'm going to check my map here, and the exfil location is back at the start of where we started the mission.
Okay.
So we need to make our way back. Now, usually the safest way to do that, I find, is to backtrack. Going back through the areas that we've already been through.
Yeah. A guard has noticed something suspicious up on the top floor.
Yes, I just tagged him number 3. I think we'll still be safe, backtracking. And if we come up through that loading bay, I think we will.
Careful about sprinting.
Oh, they can still...
yeah, they can definitely hear that.
The good thing about footstep noise in our game is that, unlike in many stealth games, they won't go out of their way to investigate footsteps because they are, after all, just footsteps.
Yeah.
So they'll mostly just turn in the direction of the sound. So it's not something you can use to get close to someone you're trying to take out. But you don't have to be too careful about not running when you don't have line of sight to anyone.
Looks like he just went back inside.
Yeah, number 3. Yeah, he's back in the area of the main building. I think if we want, we can just make a... Okay, he might be making his way. Okay, no, he's going into the basement. All right, we're clear. Looks like we're good. Straight shot back across the street, and...
Just put the gun down. I'm just another
civilian.
passerby citizen.
And you can drop the gun by pressing Q. Like if you have it equipped and you press Q, you can just chuck the gun to the side.
So you feel like an extra badass.
Yeah.
It's good for using enemy
Drop it
guns.
in the trash bin? Nice. All right, good. And Excelsior. Here we go. Victorious. Well done.
Nice. And it only took 4 attempts?
That's pretty good, actually. I think that's actually...
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's quite, especially for doing it non-lethal, because of course you could only hit guys in the head, and so that jeopardized, I think, our safety.
Yeah, I mean it's much harder to get yourself out of any trouble you might get yourself in if you don't have any lethal ammo, but we did well.
Great. So, what do you think? Should we try doing a little bit of a role reversal so that we can show these folks what it looks like on my screen? Okay. So now I will host the game. And should we try a different level as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Let's go with Seidel Technic. And I think smash and grab maybe is the thing, again, just so that people can see where like the intel placement is, how that works, that sort of thing. Okay, great. And I'm going to take, I will go with the covert ops
Covert
outfit.
ops, loadout.
Slightly more violent.
Easy mode. If you go with the MK23, I'm gonna laugh.
Okay, fine. PPK it is then, but I'm going with lethal ammo.
That's
I'm not
fine.
afraid.
Banshee and
We're
a
not
mix of
going down
flashbangs and
this
grenades.
I've decided to go with a bit more of a lethal approach.
Yeah.
I feel that wearing all the tactical gear and the bulletproof vest in some way entitles me to that. So here we go. So I'll launch, and then we'll see on your screen that the game will pop up once it's done loading.
Yes.
We will have a better interface for this. We'll be tying it into Steam's friend list and also being able to do direct connect and LAN and stuff like that, probably. As much of it as we can figure out.
Yeah, and I mean, this, one of the things I think we're finding is that, or you can see, is communication is a key component of the game. And so it's the sort of thing that we figure that will be most encouraged or most experienced by people who are familiar with each other. So, yeah, I think that part of the way that we're going to set up the friends invites and that sort of thing should lean a little bit. It'll end up leaning a bit more towards that experience.
It's not a game you should be playing with strangers unless you like getting griefed or griefing yourself. Obviously,
also
like,
very, very available.
A really interesting type of playthrough.
Right. So,
but yeah, let's talk through this menu here.
Absolutely. So you can see these 4 screens or 4 windows in front of you, right? You got the network view, the camera feed, the console, and the tactical map. What we should start with maybe is the network view. So down in the, or up in the top right or top left corner, we've got this network schematic. And we've got this little avatar that represents the hacker inside of the network view. And you can move that avatar using the arrow keys on the keyboard. So to navigate through the level for you, what you're going to want to do is shuffle our little friend here, our little virus, around the area and then end up on nodes. So one of the things you could do now is just shuffle over to a camera node.
So I'm going to have a small correction. It's not a virus. It is a symbiote. And it comes from our main character, hacker, being called Martin Szymborski. So that's his hacker name. Carry on.
Handle.
Okay.
Right. My handle is Atomic.
Oh, yes.
So
now you'll have so many Steam friends requests.
I hope so. All right. So now what you've done is you've gotten over top of that camera node, and if you press Enter, then there we go. Then it should take you into, you can see in the top right side, the camera feed. There you are. You've just deactivated the camera for me. So when you enter into that camera feed, you can move the camera around, again, using the arrow keys or using your mouse to click on them. And then also you can use this top right square button to deactivate it or disable it. And as you can see in the top corner of the camera feed, it says disabled. If you toggle it, you'll see it'll go from sort of active to disabled.
And I want to keep it on disabled so that it won't pick up the hacker.
Exactly.
No, our main character when she
the
walks
spy.
past.
Exactly, yeah, absolutely.
And the thing about that is that because we want to encourage close cooperation, we'll be changing this so there'll be a countdown. You'll only be able to deactivate a camera for X amount of seconds. We haven't quite settled on how many. So that you'll need to time which cameras are off when. Otherwise, the guards watching the camera feed in our narrative will get suspicious and sound the alarm, right?
Yeah. So as you can see now that we've been looking through the camera feed, in the bottom right, we've got the tactical map, and if you zoom in a little bit, you can see these little units moving around, and those are the guards. Those are our guard icons, and as you tag them, the same as I was doing for you, they appear in the spy view. The other thing that I would like to also point out is the way that you can find things, right, from the tactical map to the network view.
Okay.
So if you see that camera is actually highlighted in the tactical map, when you click on it, you can see up in the network view that the node jumps a little bit.
Yeah.
So every time you click, it'll kind of bounce, and the same thing happens from the network view to the tactical map. So if you click on a node in the network view, it will help you, if it is a device like that, then you can tap it. It pops there, and then if you spam click it, it will kind of jump up and down for you so that you can see it. There you go, just like that.
Yeah.
Also in the tactical map, there's a floor selector. You can see in the top right side it says select floor.
Yeah, which is...
Just along the top there. There you go.
All right.
And you can see here in this level we have 2 floors. We've got the ground floor where I'm located right now and the upper floor.
And this container over here.
Exactly. Now to center on me at any time, if you're highlighted in the tactical map, and you can see that because the text becomes blue instead of white in the top, you can press G, and G will center on me, my unit anyway. So you can see I'm that little blue icon, the blue circle with the blue triangle. And so that way you can kind of go to different floors, get to work on different stuff, and then you can always, get back to my region.
Yeah, see what you're doing.
Yeah, quite quickly without having to sort of search for me. Okay, so one of the things that would be great, is that because I'm inside of this container, it looks like the back of a truck or something, I can't see what's going on outside. So in this particular level, it's great for, as the hacker, for you to go in and check out some of the cameras in the area, pan them around, see if we can locate some enemies. That way I'll have a little bit of awareness before I open the door.
So this is the camera that is...
And you can see down on the tactical map, you've actually spotted two enemies there so far. Yeah, number 1 and 2 now. And one of them is actually very, very close to me. So I'm going to try exiting and we'll get started on this.
And there I can see you through the camera.
Excellent.
And here I actually have a camera, like a little GoPro on your chest that I can also see through.
Yeah, exactly. This one's called the operative camera, and basically this way, if you are looking through this camera, the camera will also spot enemies and put them up on the tactical map for you, but you have to be looking through it. So another thing that you can do as the hacker is when you're looking at the tactical map, you can sort of interpret those map lines once you get comfortable with them and have an idea of sort of the layout of the level and help guide me as the spy through it. So one of the things that we can see is sort of dead center right now is this big red lock icon, right?
Yeah.
That means that there's a security panel there and a security door, meaning that you have to hack that lock before I would be able to
get through
it
there.
the same way that I was feeding you those codes before in the other level. So if you double click on that, you'll be able to see where that is. And press enter one more time or click on the launch button. And that will generate our passcode. And as you can see, once you're done, it stores the passcode down in the console view.
Yeah.
So that way you'll have it for later. And
so
so
we have...
somebody alerted to that body over
the
there.
body over here.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to backtrack and maybe try and take them out. Uh-oh. There he is.
Dude.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you can't snipe with the PPK.
No, it's so small. 22. Oh, God.
It's not accurate enough for that. And you're out of ammo.
Okay, I'm reloading. He doesn't know where I am yet. Oh, God, there's so many guys. Okay, it's a bit dangerous in here. Let's see if maybe a grenade will help us. Okay, I'm going to see if I can come out of this. Oh God, it's nerve-wracking. I don't want to die on TV. Okay, so I'm going to try and throw a grenade over there. No, they're way behind there. Okay, well, as long as they're kind of creeping around the back, I might be able to slide up and take him out. Okay, here we go. Yes.
Oh, good shot.
Okay, number 2 is down. Let's see if we can sort out number 3. Oop, there we go. Okay, we got number 3. Great. All right, so now what we need to sort of figure out what we're
Careful about one.
Oh, jeez, he's right there. Oh, God.
Someone wasn't paying attention.
Phew.
You got him?
Thank you for tagging him, by the way, because, yeah, I totally did not see him.
As you can see, combat is a lot more forgiving when you have the right ammunition for the job.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I felt like getting a little lethal, So yeah, taking the lethal ammo was definitely helpful, especially with the PPK, because it's a little bit harder to hit the head with it. Okay, so we've got the passcode to the front door now, right?
Yep.
But then, you know, one of the things that we do is we try to make sure that there are alternate routes when you're going through. So if you can see on the map, like an area where like the walls kind of narrow, you can see a very thin line, that's usually where a door is.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, if we have maybe a different door other than the very front door, that might be a bit safer for us to go by. So, what do you think?
Let's see. I'm not sure I see other doors on. There's one down here in the corner.
Okay.
You can zoom in and out with the scroll wheel as well. So,
Okay, so where is the corner?
So down to your right.
Okay, so to my right, here we go. Gotcha.
You actually see number 3 that I've tagged is walking down the corridor.
Okay.
And those doors.
Let's see. So this is one of those doors I have to force the lock on. So it might be good if I do it when he's a little bit further away.
Yeah, he's walking away now.
Okay, so I will enter into this mode and I will try. Excellent.
oh, you got lucky there.
Very lucky. So that I only triggered it because I obviously the folks out there can't see. I tried to do it inside that lower range, nice and quiet, and luckily it actually went off for me, which was quite nice. Okay, so I've got number 3 here coming down the hall, which is great. Now, one of the things that you should be looking for, because we got to smash, this is a smash and grab mission.
Yeah, is to find the intel.
Is to find the intel, and they're shown as little blue flags in the level. So if you don't see any on the ground floor, then have a check in the upper floor, and you should be able to find a few. Well, 3 actually.
See, I feel like if you're gonna play not lethal, you should play lethal and do some lethal takedowns as well.
Oh, I didn't do a lethal takedown. That's a good point. You're right. I apologize. I should be much more brutal. Okay. So there's a door here. On my right, it seems like there's another one on my left here, which looks like it goes into a bathroom.
Yeah. And then there's a locked door at the end of the hallway to your left. There's also a guy walking towards you there.
Okay.
Number 3.
Number 3. Now, is that looks like it kind of leads back towards that front entrance area we were
It does,
we were
but
avoiding.
I think actually if you backtrack and go to the stairs, and in the upper area we have all the intel in the
Okay,
area
so I
there.
guess that's this door here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going up the stairs, and then while I'm going up there.
Let me just find all the cameras and disable them.
Yeah, cool. It's also helpful because the cameras, like we said before, they help spot the enemies for you. They put them on the tactical map, so panning the camera around, having a look around, can be very helpful. It looks like you've just gotten one there. There we go. That's great.
Cameras are very far away from each other on the map from network view.
So one of the things we're really looking forward to implementing, we've had it in at one point, but it had to take it out because you had no tools to kind of fight back, is the system administrator, who will have a presence on the network as well, and who's always just kind of moving around doing routine maintenance, deleting users and making people's lives hell. No, only love for network administrators. And then every time you do something that draws attention, such as disabling a camera, cracking a keypad, reading through someone's emails after cracking their passwords, which is something we'll have in the upcoming build, you'll draw the attention of the network admin. And they will move towards where you did your thing, and you'll need to relocate so you don't get caught. And if they do end up landing on the same node where you're on, they'll be booting you off the network, and all of the things you've changed will be reset. Any doors you've unlocked will be locked again. Any firewalls you've cracked will be uncracked.
And passwords reset.
Exactly.
Passwords reset, and you'll have to basically start over from where you are. But of course, the spy's position isn't reset, so it's not like you lose all your progress. It's just like a momentary inconvenience. It also leaves a bunch of footprint because you got caught, and now they have you in their logs and so on.
Yeah.
What we obviously need to get in before we can activate the admin again is we need to give you some tools to actually fight back, such as putting viruses on nodes that they will stop and clear up the virus when they land on it, which buys you time. You can use the ping of death to crash a PC to distract them, like throwing a pager in the physical sort of world. And you'll have like a DDoS flood tool that basically just hits the whole network with a distributed denial of service attack, so that they'll be just kind of bogged down for X amount of seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And so sort of the idea is that we wanted to make sure that there was these mechanics on the hacker side that were also still stealth-based mechanics, right? So ways that we could convince you as a player that, or show you as a player that getting caught, even on this asymmetrical view is a bad thing, right? So that way we can encourage the stealth mechanics.
Yeah.
So of course, as you can see, the network has a lot of choke points, right? And that's one of the things that's one of the reasons why obviously we want to employ these other tools or devices for the hacker, so that they can.
So you'll actually have to go through VPNs and firewalls and hack through those to get to the cameras that you want to disable.
Exactly.
Like
yeah. And I mean the whole point is to get that a similar type of gameplay, stealth, but different type of stealth. So whereas in the spy view you have a lot of different enemies, but you can gradually sort of take them out and conquer the game world, so to speak. In the hacker view, you'll always have to deal with this one enemy who's always on you. So it's more of a cat and mouse sort of thing.
Yeah. That cloak and dagger kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to get back to our game session here.
I think actually you can get through the door right now.
Okay, it's one of the ones I have to force the lock on again, so I'll see if this does the trick. Yes. Okay. So here I am. Which way should I go, left or right?
Right. We got number 1 coming down the hallway though, but the door right in front of you. Not that one. Across the hall.
Okay.
You need to go through that one, but maybe wait until number 1 has finished his route and turned back.
Okay. What does he? Have you noticed if he comes all the way down here? Maybe I.
Yeah, you might be able to pick him up. I think he turns around at about there. No, okay, he keeps on going.
Okay. We'll see. It looks like is number 3 really close by too?
Takedown. Do lethal one.
Lethal takedown.
Not number 3 is inside another room, so it's out of view.
All right, cool. So
you
I will
can
go
go
there.
now.
Then. Okay. Yeah. Great. Okay, so I'm here.
So it's on the table to your left.
No, that wasn't the one.
Right
Over
there.
here. That also is not the one.
It's a lot of insul in this room.
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. That one. There we go.
Yeah, so the other intel things that you pick up will just give you funding, basically.
Yeah.
And the idea is it works almost like a high scores. Once you've completed the level once, that's sort of the money you've drawn out of that level. You can play it again if you didn't catch all of the intel. So you can just sort of get up to the maximum amount of intel that is possible to retrieve from a level.
Yeah, giving the game kind of a finite economy, right?
Yeah.
So that.
So you don't have to grind to unlock things.
Yeah. But if you wanted to like replay the levels and get the max, we still give that to sort of the completionist character or players, because some of us at the office are that kind of player. So we want to make sure that there's stuff in there for people like us, I guess.
So yeah, if you head up the hallway,
right?
Take the first left and then the first door on your right.
Okay. I gotta force the lock in here as well. In here?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I see it. Is this it?
There we go.
Okay, great.
Now the next piece of intel is in the same room as number 2 is patrolling.
Okay. Okay.
And we have a 4th guard on this level as well, but I haven't tagged him because he's the one that's furthest away from you.
Cool.
So what you need to do is go back to that main hallway, and then first door on your left. But don't go through it just yet.
Okay. Just creep up to it here. Yeah, so as you can see...
You can go through it now. No, 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 he turned around.
Okay.
He might spot you if you're standing there.
Yeah, just go back. No, I'm stuck. Okay, hang on. I'll get there. There we go. Okay, he's going by...
Do a takedown.
Oh,
Get him.
I'm nervous.
Get him, get him, get him.
All right.
Oh, there's no dude down there. Ooh.
We got a lethal
That's one of
takedown.
my favorite ones.
All right. Okay, so it's in this room, right?
Yeah, so to the left now,
Okay. Yeah, I think I see it.
and right around there.
Here we go. Okay, well done. So we have now successfully collected all the intel, and now we have to get out without dying.
Now let's
always a
check out
problem.
where the exfil point is. Yeah, it's back where we started.
Okay, cool. So we need to go back.
Yeah, so if you just backtrack to where we came up, nobody in the way there. Check the ground floor. That's also clear to exit through the same way.
This is the stage where people always get overconfident and get themselves killed. You should put a checkpoint when you pick up the last intel disk so you don't have to replay everything if you mess up.
Oh, but it's so much more fun.
Sure it is, for some people.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll depend on difficulty settings.
Yeah.
Obviously, we love doing really detailed things with difficulty settings where they change a lot of stuff. Like in Conquistador, we had a custom difficulty setting option where you could tweak individual aspects of the game, and we really want to do the same thing with Clandestine. There's so many things we can tweak. And it'd be nice if you could tweak the difficulty of the hacking system and the spy system sort of individually, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that you would have like a separate difficulty for the spy and the hacker.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that.
Players kind of picking their own as they go.
Yeah, but it's not just about making sure that if you play co-op, one player can play it easier than the other. It's also that if you're playing single player, for example, you're switching back and forth. Maybe you want it to be a little easier when you're in the hacker view, right?
Yeah.
Because maybe you
That's a good
don't
point.
really like the kind of challenge we give you there. So
Yeah,
that sort of thing is really important to us.
All right.
But yeah, now we're back in the main menu. What do you think we should do next? Should I try to go for a lethal run in a different level?
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get really lethal and do a cleaner mission.
Oh yeah, kill everything.
You can do a cleaner without being lethal.
I know.
But it's more fun when
It'll be
you're
more fun.
Sure.
All right, great. Let's do it.
So let's go for
the construction site.
construction site.
If you have the balls for it.
Oh.
I
We'll go
think
for
we
a
do,
cleaner.
sir. I think we do.
That's the fun one because that's the one that has by far the most enemies of any of the challenge maps. I think it has
18.
18, you know, you've counted.
I've taken them out many
I
times.
really ought to know as well. I'm the one who put them there.
I enjoy it though. I think it's actually quite challenging because of the size of the map and the number of enemies. Especially as you get sort of deeper and deeper into it, they start sort of patrolling closer and closer together, and that means that as you do takedowns and stuff like that, or leave bodies around, that the alerts start coming up. So here we go, joining on you, sir.
Alex has joined the team.
And here we go. All right. So I'm going to start by hacking some cameras, having a look around. Oh, here we go. I found our first mark, number 1. second guy here. And a third, so you're actually got 3 guys.
Yeah, we're still working on the cover system.
Yeah.
There's going to be some major changes. It sometimes does wonky things. So the thing with the cover system is, because we're such a small team, we wanted to make a procedural system for it, so we didn't have to set up everything manually. So all the big games basically have interns, like teams of interns, that just set up cover exactly where the player should be in different locations.
Yeah.
And we don't have the time or the manpower for that. So we have this fairly clever procedural system that uses code and algorithms to check where there's cover and where there's not. Unfortunately, it has somewhat of a hard time with edge cases.
Yeah.
So sometimes weird things happen. We'll be continually working on that.
Okay, so number 1. And
Oh. Guess we'll do this the hard way.
I hope
And remember, if you want to go
headlights.
lethal for the takedowns, just hold the button down for a bit longer, and you'll.
Oh.
Oh. Neck shot. There we go. Good
That
job.
was close.
Okay, so 2 and 3 are still out there, and I'm going to go over to the camera that's closer to them and have a little look-see. And I guess I will just, while you're sorting those guys out, I'm going to have a look around for some of these other guys. There we go, I found that guy there.
Yeah.
How are we doing up there? Oh,
Doing
watch
great.
out for number 1. He's very, very aggressive on you. If you get him taken out. Oh. Nice. Okay, so now I'm going to try and drop you some health. You can see I've tagged this guy number 3. He's
Yep.
definitely heard some of the stuff. So if you can back up, run back closer to the starting point. I'm going to drop a first aid kit. You can see this building. Yep. Just stop for a second. Go back, and just around that corner of the building there
Yeah,
is.
number 3 is coming.
Yeah, it should be okay. Now, right, just quickly around the front of that building, he's going towards the dead bodies right now.
Yeah.
There is a door, so just the exact other side of this building. There's a door that I've just dropped some first aid in.
This door. No.
No, one more side, yeah. Just around there.
Under
there
the
you go.
stairs.
Yeah, back to full health. And how's your ammunition? Not bad.
I'm pretty good.
Okay, I will save a drop for that for later. Okay, so 3 is still kind of trying to figure out what happened. He's starting to make his way towards you now. Yep, he's kind of in a straight line. Okay, now he's weaving back. And he's standing in place here. Kind of looking away from you, so he might be able to get up and get a shot on him. There we go, now he's going back towards us again, you can see that. Good job.
Yeah, one of those many things we've fixed / tweaked in the upcoming build is the way weapon inaccuracy works. So there was some glitches in the way it worked in this build, in the next build, which may actually be going up as we speak. I'm not sure.
I think they're holding out until we get back to the office.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I also appreciate that, since I have to send out a few things with it. Okay, so let's see. We're here, and I'm going to have a look. It looks fairly clear in that area, so you can start proceeding up a little bit, I think. And there's a guy, yeah, I've got this guy number 3 tagged at least. See if I spot anybody.
Oh, there's another guy around these containers here. Should make short work of him.
Good stuff. So 2 is coming towards you. He's going to be in a spot where he can maybe see you or that body shortly. So we want to take him out as he comes around in that patrol. Good job.
Good shot.
Okay, now I've got 3 marked. I'm going to just mark 3 more enemies while we're here. Let's see. Okay. So number 1, and good, I've got some more guys in my vision here. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh. Good stuff. And we are 50% done.
Yeah.
All right.
Although I went a little bit greedy on that. Should have waited until he rounded the corner, but it worked out.
Yeah, they have some peripheral vision, which we'll be tweaking. Obviously, it seems a little over aggressive right now, but you know it's important that you can't just stand right next to them for like several minutes.
So we got 3. Is he inside this building or on the other side?
He's on the other side of the
Other side of
building,
it.
and he's just kind of walking in this long route towards us. I'll let you know. I think he turned the last time. So I'll let you know. Okay, yeah, he's turning. So I think it's good. We could also go up the stairs and take him, sort of shoot at him from above.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Good stuff. Okay, so number 1, here I'm gonna, sorry, number 3 now, sorry,
Yeah.
is alerted. I think that he is suspicious of something going on here. Didn't see the body though.
Nah.
Oh, that's a long
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Worth a shot. Or 2, even.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Oh, this is a dead end. Do you know if there's any more guys inside this health building here?
I think there's definitely this one here, number 3 I just tagged. And then there's some guys in the basement of that area as well. At least 2 that I've seen here.
That was particularly close.
Oh,
Stay,
that
stay,
camera is on
stay.
top of us. There we go. Okay, number 3.
So tense.
It is. So on the, oh, yeah, great. Now on the other side of this, you can see there's a railing,
Yep.
right? And then that little bridge, and below it, there's this region of the level called the pit. There's a few guys down there. So when we go down there, or when we take guys out close to that railing, we need to be kind of careful because they can kind of see each other.
Okay. Is there... There's 2 ways into the pit, right? There's the stairs over here, and then there's...
Yeah, then if you go up the stairs behind you,
Yeah.
if you go up them and around the corner, there is actually an internal staircase that will bring us all the way down. Maybe we would be better served to take that way. Okay, and I'll just clear that camera out of the way. Okay, now just when you get to the bottom of these stairs...
There's nobody up top?
Nope. Top is clear. Actually, there's a space I can drop more weapons or health for you up there. But otherwise, going down. Now, when you get to the bottom of this, there's an entry. There's a kind of a large, doorway, and I don't have vision just to the left or right of that. There you go. So there's a guy there. Definitely. There you go. Good stuff. 1 shot, 1 kill. Okay, I've tagged this other guy, number 2 and 3.
2 and 3, yes.
And they've kind of got as 3 or as 2
try out
walks
the
away.
grenade.
Yeah, okay. Okay, now careful. You're going to be in 3's line of sight here. Okay, actually, it's far enough away. It's okay.
So there's one fantastic bug in this build that I actually fixed myself last week, which is that grenades only kill one person at a time.
Ah.
Which makes them a lot less useful than you'd expect. But it has been fixed, as mentioned. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you use it.
Okay, so 2's making his way. Here we go. Nice. Taken.
You got him.
And let's flash the other guy.
Just be careful not to flash yourself.
Yeah. Yes, if you as the player are a little close to the flashbang when it goes off, you will definitely suffer the same. Okay. Now as you're dealing with that guy up there, I'm just going to tag the guy up on the railing as well. There we go, good job. Now be careful again, like I said, there was, that little open space that we were upstairs.
Yeah.
That's right in front of you here. So I've tagged a guy at the top of the stairs, number 3. Seems like he's coming
there's
down.
another guy coming down as well.
Yeah, okay. Let's see, yep, I've got him as well, so I've got 2 and 3.
It's getting hairy.
Okay, looks like one of them's scoping around the back. There we go. Okay, good. So 3.
Oh, holy balls.
Dynamite.
Not bad.
Nice
What is
shooting.
this add modem?
Yeah, so if you add a modem to a computer, it basically creates this teleport destination for the hacker.
Oh, okay.
Which is really, really convenient both for evading the admin once we get him back in.
There's 2 more guys coming down here, by the way.
And also to just kind of move around the network faster. Plus, at some point we'll have, in some of the storyline missions, computer network can have different domains, and the only way to switch between them is to connect physically to the other domain so that you can use the teleport.
Nice. Now watch out for number 2. He's coming around, yeah. Oh, he's going up the stairs.
Okay. You will not escape.
He's had enough of this.
This is the last guy,
It is the last guy. Oh, number 2.
and that makes him much more likely to kill you than everyone else.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Well done, sir.
Success.
Yeah, great success.
Got a little intense near the end there.
Oh, that 18th guy is always the.
I mean, the pit does tend to take the air out of you. It's it gets hairy down there.
Yeah. Lots and lots of visibility. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we have another map left and another game mode left. Right?
Yeah. Is that Interpol that we have left?
That's Interpol.
Okay.
The map that handles escape the worst.
I think. Yeah, the exfil mission. I would say actually we should totally check out that other map, but maybe not try the exfil play mode just because there is this
Staircase.
Staircase, which turns into what I refer to as the conga line of death. When it comes to AI, they just kind of all group up and move around. So if you can manage to avoid them, it's super easy, and if you don't avoid them, you get obliterated. So yeah, we're working on the AI for that play mode.
It's one of those undesirable emergent effects when they manage to clear out one part of the level and then all decide all at once to kind of go to the top. It's pretty funny, but yeah, that's something that needs to get ironed out.
Okay, I'll just start up a new game.
Yeah, sure.
So Interpol.
Yep.
And play Smash and Grab again.
Sure. Yeah. That way we can go grab some more, collect some more intel.
Yep.
And how are you going to play it this time?
Ooh, I think I'm gonna go lethal again with the SR1. Fill up on regular old death bullets.
Hollow points.
And I'm gonna try the Banshee this time around. I haven't tried that yet. So, and then
I think actually it'll be fairly useful in this level because when we get inside, it's sort of an indoor outdoor level. And when we get inside, there's going to be a lot of sort of sharp corners and little office space. Yeah. And many of those, of the smaller offices where some of the intel is going to be located, there isn't cameras, you know, because, just because there aren't in sort of people's personal offices and stuff in general. And so those are the sorts of rooms or situations where guards are going to just be there. You know, you'll come through and I won't be able to tag them for you or perceive them in advance. So something to keep you on your toes. So if you hit tab now and equip that Banshee, yep, great.
Is that single use or does it recharge?
It recharges.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think a little bit later we'll put a restriction on the recharging, but I think right now you can kind of.
Oh, you can just spam it right now, that's true.
Yeah.
We don't even have the cooldown in yet. So it's a bit OP. You'll have to exercise restraint and not use it too much.
Okay, so I've got 2 guys tagged here. Looks like there's no intel on the ground.
I can see a third one there as well.
Okay, great. Looks like all the intel is on the top floor. I'm going to see, do I see a third guy? Okay, I don't see him yet, but I'll see if I can find him on the other camera. Yeah, here he is. Oh, there's actually 4 here. You can see that guy 3 I just hit, and then I just tagged sort of the 4. These are the 3 closest guards to you right now. So there is, a front door kind of situation, and then we've got a couple of locked doors around the back, as well as some sort of looks like thing we can do through the basement, sneak in through through a basement door or something like that. So. To start off, we need to take care of these guys, but if we start killing guys right here out in the front door of the Interpol office, it might draw a little bit too much attention for us. So I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is I'll employ one of our local assets we haven't showed off yet, which is the bribe asset. So I'm going to bribe number 2. You should see him turn blue. Okay. So what that means now is that he's still going to run around and react to, you know, if we kill other people or take other people out in the level. But this particular guard won't aggress on us.
So I can just walk right past him.
You can walk right past him, yeah. Now one of the things that bribing doesn't do is once a guard is actually shooting at you, you can bribe him, like he'll still take the money, but he's in the middle of shooting at you, so he'll just keep shooting. Right, so what I'm thinking maybe we could try is, you can see I've tagged this guy number 1. Yeah. And he's on this patrol that sort of goes around the corner. So maybe if we can take care of him, I think up on your right you'll see, here he goes. He's going to sort of make his way.
Yeah, we can see it through the fence.
So because you're in tactical gear, obviously the guys that aren't bribed will be kind of alerted towards you.
This is getting sticky. So take Carter in the corner.
Yeah, 2.
We'll have to take him down.
Can we get a takedown? You can't hold it all the way down, yeah.
Well, he'll have a headache tomorrow.
There we go, good job. Okay, so let's skedaddle out of here before one of those bodies, or one of those other guards see us. Okay, so this is one of those ones we have to force, and actually there's a camera at the end of that area there.
Just give it a little love tap.
There we go, good stuff. Okay, I don't see anybody back here. Now we've got a locked door sort of straight ahead of you there, but then we've also got the stairwell down to your right. I think let's try taking that stairwell. See what we can find if we go down through the basement. Yeah, it looks like there's a spot we can scoot in through, and I'm going to get you a passcode. Looks like there's a security door down here as well. Right, our password is 6612, 6612. And then we need to figure out where you're going to pop out. So, there we go, G. You should be okay, obviously exercise caution here, but you should be okay at least till you get upstairs. I'm going to try and have a look. Okay, so if we came in down there, we're going to kind of come up over here. So I should have that camera there. Right, and it looks like the door, the very first door is clear. All right. So what we need to do for this game or for this mission is we're doing smash and grab, right? And so all the intel is up on the 4th floor.
Okay.
So if you start making your way up the stairs, I will start on the cameras up there and try to disable some of the stuff for us. As we get up there, ooh, a couple of friends on the top floor. Okay, great. So you're almost up there, right?
Yep.
Great. When you get to the top, make your way around the back of the stairwell. So don't go through there yet. There's another door back there. Because if you go through that other door, it's just going to be bad guys all right in front of us. Or maybe they're the good guys in this situation.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thematically speaking.
So go ahead through that door. Oh, there's a guy on the other side of that door, number 2. Actually, hang on a second.
So there's a guy here, or?
Yeah, it looks like there's a guy, number 2, you can see him on your screen.
Yeah.
Just kind of tracking, and looks like he's about to go into an office. Yep. Oh, lovely. Okay, so, straight through that door, and then to your right, there's another door, and in there is our first piece of intel.
Right there on the table.
Fantastic. Okay.
Got the mini disc.
Oh yeah, classic 90s technologies. All right, if you go straight, there's a door in front of you, right? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, great. Now I don't have vision through these offices, but if you go through this office, then there's another office. I'm gonna go into that office, and then number 3 is gonna be passing the door on your right in a second.
Ooh.
Okay, then there's the door out in front of you, which 3 is going to come into view, but 2 is also coming into that area, so maybe hold off for a second here so that we don't have to deal with one guy. Okay, so I've taken care of the cameras.
Can I go through and into the next office?
Yep, absolutely. That's a great idea.
Just go for that.
That's a great idea. Okay, so now if you pop out this next door and then go to your left, number 2 should be easily taken out. Right. Yeah, there we go. Good job. All right, now straight, and to your right now. If you go to your right, there should be a doorway to your right. Oh, there's a dude there as well, yep. Okay. Great. And sort of...
Oh, there's a guy in here.
Oh.
Shouldn't have been admiring the view.
Okay, so to your left here, there's another closet or something like that, right?
Yep.
And the intel is in there.
Oh, plenty of intel.
Ah. Get
Nice.
the loot, get the loot. Okay, and now what we need to do is right past that dead body of the guy number 3.
Yeah.
There's a door to the left of him once you get past him. All the cameras are deactivated, and then the last piece of intel is in there. Ooh, and there's a dude there. Okay. Good stuff. And then behind you somewhere in here. Yep, that's it. Okay, so we've got our 3 pieces of intel. We're looking for the exfil location now. Normally I would say let's be safe and backtrack, but
let's move on to the...
maybe we could just do something a little bit more dangerous.
Definitely.
Okay, right next to you there's an elevator. Why don't you go in through the elevator and take that down the stairs, or downstairs I guess. You should have an option to go to the ground floor there, and I'm just going to peek my head out. Yep, there's one guy down on the ground floor. So he's going to get a sweet surprise when you come out of the elevator. There you go.
Ooh, peekaboo.
Uh-oh. Okay, now we're in a bit of a kill box here.
We have a Mexican standoff, or at least a standoff.
Ah, good job. Okay, and then there's one more guy just out the door and to the right.
Let's not go through the metal detector. Okay, so there's two guys straight ahead.
One is
yeah.
the one you
distance.
bribed.
Okay, this one is the one you bribed,
Okay.
or the one I bribed. And then there is number 3 who's angry, who's kind of around the corner and trying to get a piece of this last guy. There we go. Okay, good stuff. So 2 and 3, slightly more dangerous. I'm just going to untag one and use it to show you the guy that's around the corner. Ooh. Okay, so 3's coming around that.
Long shot.
Yep. Okay, watch out to your right.
Yeah.
Ooh. There we go. Okay, so now it's a straight shot, straight sprint through to the back, but number 1 is making his way.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
So we can creep up on him. It's just around that corner there.
Oh, interesting position.
There we go. And then if you just...
Can I get my money back from the bribe?
No,
Take him out.
that would be immoral.
And here we go. Should be right back here at the gate. And we escape. Excellent job.
That was
All right,
the
made it.
missions.
Great success.
Yeah, that's all 4 missions.
Yeah.
Successfully completed. Well done.
Actually, how are we doing on time?
20 minutes left.
Yes. So we have 20 more minutes. If there's anything else that you want to show off. We haven't played Exfil at all. Maybe we can go back to one of the maps.
Yeah, sure.
Which one
Straight
works
up.
best for that? Corporate?
I think either corporate or yeah, either corporate or construction site. I think would be the one of the 2 that I would pick.
Sure. Construction site would probably be fun for it, yeah.
So, which one should we go for?
So construction site or Seidel Technic, which was the sort of one where I was the spy. So if you want to try this being the spy in that map,
Oh yeah,
then we can try that one.
let's do that.
Yeah,
So we'll do
okay.
Seidel Technic and we'll do Exfil.
Here we go.
And I'm just trying to escape, so no reason to go for low profile.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go back for non-lethal.
Oh dear.
Ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Let's do it.
Oh, and I didn't try out the Banshee.
Well, now is a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, so obviously the big thing we're working on right now is story missions, because, you know, these are just challenge maps that we use to demonstrate the game to early access players. But we have, or we will have, 7 or 8 storyline missions, depending on whether the last one gets finished on time. We have a contingency plan, so it won't seem too out of place if it's not there.
Okay.
But definitely 7 story missions, each of which will take 45 to an hour
Okay, the alarm's
to
going
complete.
off. So, for starters, you can hear that that alarm is going off.
Yep.
Right. So the idea, like narratively speaking, is that we've just set off an alarm in the middle of the level, and I have no vision, of course, of where the enemies are, and as of yet, and of course, there's also some cameras.
Took
Give
out
us-
one guard here.
Good job. Okay, so that is done. Now I need to, first of all, probably get us out of this room. There's 2 locked doors, so I'm going to do the door right in front of you.
Yeah. You can hear a guard walking around.
Passcode is 2570. Feel free to enter that in, and then you don't necessarily have to just go out the door just yet.
Yep.
Because we want to be safe. So yeah, it is. They know that somebody is not supposed to be here, but they don't exactly know where we are. So actually.
So they're on high alert.
Yeah. So they're all on high alert, which means that they're a bit more aggressive. Well, significantly more aggressive, I think, from the get-go. And it looks like, there we go, found him. Okay, so if you go out that door.
There's also one that walked just past the door.
Okay, I've got another one here, number 2. Oh geez, here's another one, number 3. Okay, yeah, they're all kind of trudging around. So if you go out that door and go to your left.
Out the door and to the left, yes.
Mm-hmm. I'll try to watch your
Other
back.
left.
Other left. All right, good. And I'm going to keep trying to look through different cameras and see if I can spot guys as you're going. Okay. Find anybody in here? Okay. Looks like you can cross the hall there. Go ahead. Now they are now. Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Good stuff. Okay, number 1, as you can see, tagged. He's kind of guarding the stairwell. So when you get around to that corner, just keep your eye out and eye.
Oh, there's 2 guys there.
Oh no, they're glitching out.
We'll solve that.
Banshee maybe? Or not?
Just shot to the head, really. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Definitely.
Good job.
I think, yeah. Really showcasing some of the edge cases for the AI in this one.
Oh, looks like you picked up a gun with some lethal ammo in it.
Oh.
Just a heads up, you can press Q to drop it if you like.
Oh, you can just use it because it's awesome.
Also that. Okay, I've got no vision in the stairwell, so I'm going to try and skip down to the ground floor and see if I can spot anything. Looks like I got no cameras down here in this area, so. Oh.
Oh.
Check for the glass.
Yeah, right now we have no bullet penetration for the glass, but you can shoot it out if you double tap.
Okay. Oh, he just went away.
Oh, here it is.
There's another dude coming, and you're reloading.
Oh,
nice.
Awesome. Okay, great job.
Rack 'em, stack 'em.
All right, I got no vision to that space immediately through the door, but there is a guy number 3 who's totally tracking towards it.
Yeah, he's coming now.
Yeah, he's coming now.
Nope. I didn't want to do
What? You just dropped your gun?
Uh-oh, take down.
Dude, no! Oh god!
Take down,
Oh.
yes! Epic. Okay, good job. All right, I would get out of this stairwell if you can.
Okay, so this is lethal ammo, but I think that'll be
I
fine.
think it'll be okay.
You can aim at the exact gun you want to pick up.
Ah,
I
okay.
think that should help. Or maybe this one's just glitched
This
out.
one might be glitched out.
Yeah.
If it's floating in the space, it
Yeah, I think so.
might have a problem. If you go use right mouse button to kind of get a zoom on it. Yeah, if we don't get it there, yeah,
okay.
forget it.
I would pick up another gun.
Oh yeah. Oh, shoot him. Yes. Another epic attack. Okay.
Now everyone heard that, so you should be
Yeah, so
getting
through the
it.
door, definitely through the door, to your left or behind you once you get
Oh.
sort that guy out. Good job.
And now, of course, I only have 1 clip, so ammo conservation.
Yeah, okay, there's that guy right behind the wall here.
Right in the face.
Good job. I think,
Pick up a new gun for a new clip.
yeah, perfect. Okay, do you want to try and go through that door there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get the code for you.
Or, I mean, if it makes more sense to go the other way.
Oh, let's just go this way.
Yeah.
Okay, the code is 6515, 6515.
Oh,
You backspace, I think, on the keyboard. You can do it. There you go.
6515.
Yeah, okay, great. And look up behind you. Number 2 is coming. 1 and 3 now, sorry. Looks like they've stopped partway down the hall. 3 is now making his way. Here he comes. Good job. You see 1, he just kind of did a little, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously one of the things that was our main priority for the AI was response time. I'm not sure if that actually made it into build 02. You're the one who's been testing that? The stuff that Jens did on the AI.
No, I don't think it's going to be in just yet.
That's too bad. Because they're already much more, yeah, I mean, obviously you can see they spend a lot of time just standing around going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
When you're in a fight, and that should obviously not be happening, but yeah, he's already making great progress on that.
Okay, so let's see, there's 1 camera in this main area. It didn't catch anybody, so it looks like you're okay to go through the lobby. And I will get the door code at the top of the door here. Password is 2758. Okay. Now, it sounds like a walk in the park. All you gotta do is get across the street and to the gate there. But I don't have great vision out here, so we might actually be clear. Full sprint, yeah, good idea. Just straight to the gate, I think, and we're through.
Oh, to the gate?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, over here.
Okay, cool, actually. Looks like we killed enough guys inside.
Perfect.
Nice. Awesome. All right, so that's Exfil. And of course, that one is one of the game modes that requires a little bit more tweaking, definitely. So we're actively putting that in, and some of the ideas, the idea with the different game modes that we're presenting is that these are various scenario types that you'll kind of see. They'll be familiar in the next game or in the full release of the game.
Yeah.
So these
the kind of reminiscence of missions that you'll see in the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it gives us a chance to let players try those mission types or those objective types in different map styles. So we have these 4 different map styles, and then we try out these three different types so far, and then a couple of things then we're going to add later for a little bit more entertainment, like the wave survival and Overwatch. But yeah, the idea is that this way we can look at these various level designs that we've come up with, and then also the experience of the players as they play through them, and then hopefully that'll help us tweak stuff that will tweak in those challenge maps, and the outcomes of those tweaks should help us as the developers, to make the final version more exciting and interesting.
It's a great kind of sandbox for us to experiment and see what works and what doesn't, especially in terms of the AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, Jonas, one of the things that greatly benefited us as a small team when we did do our Kickstarter campaign for Conquistador, our first game, was that we had all of these users, active users, that were really engaging with the game. We released, some, like a beta for them to play with and stuff like that. And we got a lot of great feedback from them because of that. And we want to use early access in a similar way, where for players that are genuinely interested in like these different looks at stealth game and stealth gameplay, that want to get involved, as they play or join us in early access, their feedback is going to help us, hone and tweak the final version. So for people that are interested in the stealth genre, I think this is a really unique opportunity for them to come and join us and actually get to connect with us as the developers. I mean, when we have conversations on the community hub, the people that you're talking to as a player or a user when you go on there are us, the developers. We don't have a community manager that we've hired outside of the company or the team, right? It's like we want players to know that we as a dev team are accessible and that we are interested in what they have to say.
And where is the best place for people to give you your feedback? Is on the Steam community forums?
Yeah, I think that's probably the...
We have our own forums as well,
Okay.
but you know, that's then you have to create an account and so on and so forth. We're perfectly fine with people contributing on the Steam forums, and we're very active there as well.
Yeah, we've been really happy with the contributions so far. It's gone really, really well.
Yeah.
You know, people are really constructive and they have a lot of interesting insights, I think. And so it's great for us to get that feedback from fresh eyes, you know, as much as we can, because sometimes as developers, as we work on the game over and over, iteration after iteration, we get really comfortable with the game and its mechanics, and then of course it makes sense and clicks for us. But for new users, we really want to see, you know, where, if we have disconnects, where those disconnects are, so that hopefully we can make the experience pleasurable for everybody.
Yeah, perfect. So that was Clandestine in early access on Steam right now. You can check it out, and as they said, you can contact Alex and Jonas on the community forums and the whole team, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So play it and give feedback and make it into the game that you want to play.
Absolutely.
Correct?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. And now we'll cut to me saying goodbye again.
Oh, all right.
That's weird.
Hey, it works.
Right. Nice one.
And we're back. So that was Clandestine. I would like to thank Alex and Jonas for joining us and showing off their game. As I said, it's on Steam Early Access, so you can jump in and try out the game and contact them on the forums and stuff like that. We've also been giving away a lot of codes in the chat during the stream. We still have some left, so what I'm going to do is write a comment on the video, whether you're watching the replay on our site or on YouTube. Write a comment and we'll send you a code for you and a friend to try out the game while supplies last, obviously. I want to talk a little bit about the schedule of the week. So tomorrow we are planning to try our co-op stream of Assassin's Creed Unity again. There's still some talks about issues with the stability of the online co-op. We're going to take a look at that tomorrow, see how it's running, and yeah, see if we can make that work. The plan is to have 4 of us here in the studio as team leaders, and then we will get users in from the Nordic countries, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and Finland, and do a run-through of one of the co-op missions, and then have you guys in the chat vote on the winner, or the best run, or the most fun run, or whatever criteria you would like. Yeah, so we're going to try that out tomorrow. If the co-op still isn't stable enough, we'll try for something else, so stay tuned for that. Thursday is Dragon Age Inquisition on the Xbox One. Philip will be here in the studio with either me or Nick. I don't know just how many hours Philip has sunk into it. I know Benke from Gamereactor Sweden has sunk in about 45 hours with a lot of side questing and still hasn't really gotten through a lot in the story mode, so we'll see where we're at during that stream. We might start out a new save and then jump in mid, storyline, and we'll try to keep it as spoiler-free as we can, as we always do. But Dragon Age Inquisition on the Xbox One on Thursday. Now, of course, Friday is news, and then GR Friday nights, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I will be here at my station playing on the PC. We'll try to get in, of course, as many users as possible to play with us. So please sign up for that. You can go to facebook.com/grfridaynights to see how you participate in that. We got a lineup for next week. Still not quite locked down, but we can go over it. Monday next week, WWE 2K15. Nick will be in the studio with, I think, Jonas Mackie joining over the magical powers of the internet, playing some wrestling. Tuesday, Disney Infinity 2.0 with Nick in the studio, playing around with Disney figurines and Marvel superheroes. We've done it before, but this time we're going to go deeper and with more figurines. Talking about deeper, Wednesday is Depth. I will be in the studio with Mike joining, And as many users, I've been giving away codes for this for some time now. It has officially launched, I think, in early access now on Steam, or if it was a full release, I'm not quite sure. But you can get the game and join us in depth. Thank you for that. And then Thursday, Alien Isolation. I will be here. I'm gonna try to source a PC code for the game, but we'll pick it up just about where Nick left off last time, and try to evade the xenomorph and stay alive. And then it's gonna be news and Call of Duty Friday nights again, because we're switching it around a little bit so that we can play Destiny. Because week after that, Destiny is coming out with a new update, with a new strike and a new raid and all of that sweet, sweet jazz. And Nick will be here to try out the new stuff. But Friday next week, Call of Duty Friday nights. I'm not quite sure which platform it is. I think it's PS4. But Nick will be at hand to guide you through all of that. So that's the next 2 weeks on GR. Gamereactor Live. I shouldn't shorten that. Gamereactor Live. Let's keep the all the taglines correct. So, quick run through again. Tomorrow, Assassin's Creed Unity co-op. Thursday, Dragon Age Inquisition on the Xbox One. Friday, news and Call of Duty Friday Advanced Warfare with me on the PC. I think that's it. Hope you enjoyed Clandestine. Again, comment for a chance to get some codes for the game and follow that game through early access. I think that's everything that I want to say. No, it's not. We have the magazine in paper form once again. It's launched in all the territories where it's available. That's the Nordics, in, England and Germany for now. You can get it at your local gaming retailer, be that this camera, yeah. No, wait, what's going on here? Let's go back to this camera. You can get it at your local gaming retailer, GameStop, Game, etc. If they don't carry it, well, ask them to order it. If they refuse, well, you can still go to our website and have it delivered straight to your door for a small postal fee. The magazine itself is free, but, you know, we'll charge you for the shipping. Also go to our website, iPad magazine. We got iOS and Android apps. And of course, if you have a smart TV, get our app and watch the live streams directly through there. I think that's everything. If not, join us tomorrow and I'll pick up where I left off. Thanks for joining, and see you on the flip side.